This house is probably, God, 200 years old. Those are the bins that we store grain in right here. We'll put anything from corn, wheat, soybeans into the barns. And it's more of a storage thing, so you can dry stuff and make sure that everything's like at the right moisture for the mills when they go to the mills. I'm from a small town of PA. It's just about 3 hours north of Philly and about 3.5, 4 hours east of Pittsburgh. So I live in the middle of nowhere. I went to a small school, had about 100 kids in each class, and I grew up on a farm. The farm itself is a little under 1,000 acres itself, and my dad does a great job just running it himself. I mean, he has people that help him out. Like you see up there, he's going out and spraying the fields for us, and like so he just has people help him out with that stuff. But like he mainly runs this whole thing, this whole show on his own, which is crazy. And I don't know how he did it with all of us running around, because it's a lot to manage. It's a lot for one person. He's busy every single day, and he still made time for us.
I'm responsible, obviously, 365 days a year because I have animals. And obviously there's slower times and other times that are pretty busy, and you're talking to spring and fall, it's a lot of work, and you're just busy. And then, the other times you can have a lot of fun.
This right here is our pig barn that we have roughly 2,200 pigs in, give or take, so roughly 6,000 pigs a year. Some days I would go to school at 8 o'clock, and then I would have to do this at 5. So I would wake up at 4:45, be up here for 5, and then roughly it be done at 6:30, and then shower. And then I'd try to go back to sleep for a little, which was probably the worst thing I could do because I just get more tired. But then I went to school and just drug around all day. And would have like practice after and just be exhausted. But yeah, that's usually how it goes. You just got to do some stuff sometimes.
They just grew up with it. I mean, they don't know any better. You go to school, come home, work on the farm a little bit. You learn, you help. They've been doing it forever.
Started playing football at 8 years old. I just fell in love with the sport the second I started. I just, for some reason, just loved to hit people. So high school team, we ended up playing 64 games, which is 16 a year. And the only game I lost was the first state championship we played in my freshman year. After that, we didn't lose a game. College football became kind of big my junior year. It was like the middle of my junior year. I finally decided to post some highlights on Twitter and stuff like that, and then started to get attention from some schools. It really kind of hit me that all right, this could really happen.
East Lansing, it was just more of what we are, working class people, and just felt more like home, a little bit more rural.
I just really fell in love with the school and everything about it. Even when I stepped foot on campus the first time, I felt kind of at home. And it's just kind of that feeling you get when you know you're at the right spot.
I'm grateful for the opportunity that Michigan State University has given me to play the sport that I love. Go Green.
But you stay focused on the instructions that are being given. Our walkthrough.
Spring ball was really important for me. That was my first chance to actually learn the defense. There was a couple injuries and stuff that happened. It was 4 freshmen that were out there playing linebackers, and we just kind of got thrown in the fire.
Cal, the body man, we call him. I remember early on, we knew that, he was a very instinctive player. He plays the game the way it's meant to be played. It's kind of like an old school approach to it. He doesn't say much, just goes out there and he works hard. He knows the defense, he knows what he's supposed to do. And when he got an opportunity to go in there and play, he made the most of it, and he has the respect of all of his teammates and all of the coaches. There's no doubt about that.
Sitting down and watching it on film is a lot different than actually doing it on the field, and I think that benefited me a lot.
Yeah, it's hard. You're strong. There we go. There's a wrap. Good.
All camp rolled around. Kind of the same situation. We had 2 scrimmages. First one was okay, and then the second scrimmage, I had a good scrimmage, and the coaches kind of just took a shot on me and threw me out on the field. It kind of surprised me as much as it surprised everyone else.
Bunch of linebackers are going to play. Cal Haliday
a redshirt freshman from Ellisburg, Pennsylvania. Another guy will get plenty of time at linebacker.
I actually drove to Northwestern knowing that there's a chance he was going to start. Supposed to start, and starting until it happens, you're not sure.
Has his man, Bryce Kurtz, but Kurtz won't get much. Dropped at the 25, a loss of one. Cal Haliday made the tackle.
I was nervous. I was nervous as nervous could be, because a big thing that I had to work on was being loud. It ended up being okay. It was a lot quieter than I thought it was going to be. Thank God. I think in the end it all worked out.
Throws incomplete. Cal Haliday making himself a big-time player for the Spartans.
He does shine, and he finds a way to be at the right place at the right time.
Intercepted by Michigan State. Cal Haliday streaking across, and he is in for the pick six.
And the Spartans take the lead at Indiana.
Haliday's first career interception.
You know, he was prepared. He wasn't just ready. He was actually prepared to go in and make plays. And, you know, he does it on special teams. He does it on defense. He's a consistent performer. You know day in and day out what you're going to get out of Cal.
A good hard stick by Cal Haliday. I don't know if he got it. The ball comes loose. Cal Haliday popped it loose.
An old soul playing today's game.
You mentioned he doesn't wear gloves. Most players wear gloves. Not so for Haliday.
I don't like playing with gloves. I don't know why. I just never have, never will. And I don't think I'll ever put anything on my arms or hands willingly. Like, people try to get me to put stuff on, but I just won't do it. I don't know. It's just the way I am, I guess. Kind of stubborn. I was always interested in helping out and everything. I mean, I would go sit in the tractor with my dad for hours. And I tell you, those tractors are not built for two people. I've always been around it. I've always just wanted to be a part of it. Kind of just hang out and try to learn.
Farming teaches discipline, disappointments. You're not always in control. Well-being and taking care of things, you know, it's just a responsibility. Feed 3 times a day. You just got to be there.
Always ready. Born ready. I actually think there's a lot of parallels between the way I grew up and football. Like me waking up at 4:45 in the morning before school and going to help my dad with pigs was something that I would never willingly want to do. But I knew I had to. There's always something to do. There's always things to be doing. I mean, that's how my dad is. He's always doing something every day. Even if he doesn't really have a lot to do, there's always something to do with football. It's the same way. There's always film to be watched. There's always extra lifting to be done, extra footwork, individual stuff to do.
He's becoming a heck of a man. He's away from home, and he's doing a great job. Definitely maturing. It's awesome to see him grow up.
Baville in the shotgun. Pressure. Throws over the middle. It is intercepted. It is picked off. That's Cal Haliday sprinting down the near left sideline. Haliday to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU.
He's talking to town. A lot of people are very proud and excited, you know, to see a local kid be successful.
Smart, tough young man from rural Pennsylvania. It has to be a dream come true for him.
I just think there's a lot of things that I grew up with that benefited me a lot more than if I would have grew up in a different way, which I'm not saying growing up any other ways like wrong or anything. It's just I think I grew up differently, and I think I benefited from it. It's a lot different than East Lansing, for sure. Definitely, but love them both. Gotta love them both.